When Shaquille O'Neal signed his first NBA contract, he was 20 years old and had just become a millionaire overnight. What's the first thing he did? He walked into a Mercedes dealership and bought not one but 3 luxury cars. One for himself, one for his dad, one for his mom. He thought, I'm rich, I deserve this. But within days, his bank account was bleeding. His accountant called him and said something that changed everything. Shaq, if you keep spending like this, you'll go broke, fast. You need to understand the difference between assets and liabilities. Cars are not assets, they're liabilities. They lose value the second you buy them. That was his wake-up call. He had millions, but no financial education. He realized money doesn't make you rich, habits do. So what did he do? He went back to school. He studied finance. He learned how money really works. And now, he's worth over $400 million. Not because of basketball, but because of the decisions he made after. Maybe you're not signing million-dollar contracts, but the truth is the same. You're not broke because of your salary. You're stuck because of your behavior. And the only thing standing between you and the life you want are the habits that quietly keep you stuck. This video is part 1 of a 4-part series, where we break down the 24 silent habits that keep people poor and how to break them. And we're starting with the first 6, the most common, the most dangerous, and the ones that could be costing you years of progress. Let's go. 1. Not tracking your money. Most people have no idea where their money goes. They just know that by the 20th of the month, it's gone. It's like driving with your eyes closed. You think you're moving forward, but you don't know where or how fast you're crashing. I don't spend that much. That's what everyone says until they track it. The truth, you don't need more money. You need clarity. Clarity gives you control, and control gives you power. Start simple. Create 3 columns in Excel or Notion: income, fixed costs, variable expenses. Then track everything you spend for 30 days, every coffee, every snack, every ride. And warning, it's going to hurt. When you realize you're spending $180 a month on cigarettes, junk food, or subscriptions you forgot about, it stings. But that pain, that's the first spark of awareness. And what you don't track, you can't improve. Do you want to start simple? Try the 70-30 rule. Spend 70% of your income, track the rest. Just becoming aware can be life-changing. 2. Lifestyle inflation. This one is sneaky because it feels like growth. You earn more, so you spend more. You deserve it, right? But that logic keeps millions broke. You're not rewarding yourself. You're resetting your starting line every month. Let's say you go from $200 to $800 a month. Instead of investing the extra $600, you upgrade everything. New shoes, new phone, more takeout, and after 3 months, you're still broke, just with better stuff. The habit of upgrading your life every time your income grows is what stops most people from ever building wealth. Now imagine this. You lock your lifestyle at $2,200 and invest the $600,000 difference monthly. In 10 years, that could become $100,000 plus. Without changing your job, just changing your habits. 3. Trying to look rich too soon. Let's be real. You don't need a Rolex, you need options. You don't need designer shoes, you need freedom. But most people are in a rush to impress people who don't even care. Here's the truth. This season of your life, it's the silent grind. The stage where you quietly build your future, where your bank account is invisible, but your discipline is loud. Warren Buffett lived decades below his means. Mark Zuckerberg wears the same clothes. Because wealth isn't loud, it's silent, strategic, private. Do you want to look rich now? Or be rich forever? Let your results make the noise. Be the person who builds in silence, then shows up with power. If you're finding this valuable so far, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Join a community of people who are tired of shortcuts and ready to play the long game together. Welcome to Freenomics. Let's keep building. 4. It's no budget. Not having a budget is like sailing without a map. You might be moving, but toward what? Budgeting isn't punishment. It's permission to use your money with intention. Use the 50-30-20 rule. 50% for needs, 30% for wants, 20% for future you, investing, saving, learning. Don't stress about perfection. Aim for progress. Even if you can only invest 5% now, you're winning. Pro tip, give every euro a name. Instead of saying, I'll see what's left, decide upfront where it's going. Because if you don't tell your money where to go, it'll disappear without asking. 5. No emergency fund. If your tire explodes tomorrow, can you cover it? If you lose your job next week, do you panic? Most people would, because they live on the edge. An emergency fund is not a luxury, it's armor. Start with a mini goal, 500, then build to 3 months of expenses. Even saving 50 a month gets you there, slowly, powerfully. But here's the deeper truth. Living without a cushion drains your mental energy. You're always in survival mode, never able to breathe, think, or take risks. And freedom requires calm, requires space. Build your buffer, buy back your peace. 6. Avoiding financial education. Nobody's born knowing how money works. But if you stay that way, that's your choice. You've binged 10 seasons of a Netflix show, but haven't watched one YouTube video on investing? Start with Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, or search Compound Interest Explained on YouTube. Learning about money doesn't have to be boring. It just has to be consistent. 10 minutes a day becomes 61 hours a year. Imagine where you'd be with 60 hours of financial knowledge. The more you learn, the more options you create. Financial literacy isn't a bonus skill anymore. It's survival. It's freedom. It's your responsibility. These first 6 habits, they might seem small, but they cost people years of progress. The good news? Now that you see them, you can start breaking them. One at a time. You don't need to fix everything overnight. Pick one habit from this list and commit to changing it this month. Then join me in part 2, where we'll break down the next silent habits that are keeping people broke, and how to build real financial freedom instead. Like the video, subscribe if you're serious about change, and share it with someone who's ready to level up. You're not stuck. You're just getting started. Welcome to Freenomics. One last thing. Remember that most people never escape financial struggle. Not because they can't, but because they never start. You're not most people. You're building something different. And this is just the beginning.